I would think to myself, if a bus hit me today, I'd be okay because I wouldn't be feeling this pain anymore. My junior year of college, my father was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And going into my senior year, he asked me to take a semester off to help care for him. Well, that semester turned into 3 years due to the grief and just the turmoil that I went through in caring for him, and ultimately being the one to plan for his funeral all by myself. So, yeah. After the funeral was all said and done, I shut down for about 3 months. I couldn't do anything. I was sleeping all day. I did not want to be awake because the grief was consuming me. And it got to a point where I didn't want to continue on in life. I didn't want to do life anymore. I would think to myself, if a bus hit me today, I'd be okay because I wouldn't be feeling this pain anymore. My mom was rushed to the ICU in 2023. And at this time in my life, I was a little far from the Lord with just so many responsibilities on my plate. I couldn't get a prayer out. I wasn't thinking about a prayer. I'm thinking about these bills. I'm thinking about the stress. I'm thinking about my mom in the hospital. I get into an Uber to go visit my mom, and there's Christian music playing. I immediately feel God's presence in the car, and I start listening to the words, and "I will carry you" comes on. And I start listening to those words, and it felt like God was speaking directly to me. And whatever I was feeling, whatever guilt I was carrying, self-condemnation, I released it in that car and felt like God was saying, pray. You can pray for your mother, and I'm going to answer your prayers. So I called the station while I was in the car. Nightlight with Suzanne came on, and I was talking to Suzanne. I went into the ICU encouraged, not feeling heavy. I didn't feel heavy going in there. I had so much joy. I had hope that my mom was gonna be okay, that I would be okay, that I could pray for her, and that we would be okay even in that moment. Even if her condition didn't automatically change, I knew that God listened, that God was with us. I'm not necessarily a morning person all the time, but if I'm up and I know that Jerry and Summer and Claude are on the air, I'm opening the app and tuning in just to hear what they're saying, just to hear a dad joke, or to hear someone call in to share their testimony, or to share how WGTS has encouraged them. If I need a moment of encouragement, if I feel like I can't hear God, or there's just so much going on in my head, I will turn on WGTS because I know that there's gonna be a song that will speak to the exact thing that I'm going through in that moment. The doubts that I had in that Uber can't weigh me down because I know that God is there. And I know that if I can't find him, that WGTS has him on speed dial, and I can just tune in, and whatever I was feeling, if I am sad, depressed, or even having a moment of joy and I just want to worship and commune with God, I'll turn on WGTS. I have the gratitude journals. WGTS has encouraged me to also write it down, keep a record of what God is doing in my life, so that if a moment arises where the enemy is trying to get me to doubt him, I have a record. So even if I can't see him in this moment, I have a track record of his success. He has never failed me.